So I've done some fantastic Spanish dishes, already done the chorizo with shallots, you know, slowly cooked down in red wine. Then we've did some shrimps with chili. Finished with a touch of sherry and lemon juice. And then my final tapas dish is going to be these deep-fried chickpeas, which are going to serve with some slow-roasted aubergine. And all these dishes you can eat individually, you can expand them for starters, or what I think is ideal is sitting down, all of you, eating them together and just everyone tucking in. So what we've done here is just slowly roasted these aubergines in the oven, okay, just till they start to break down, and you can remove the skin, probably for about, you know, a good 20 to 25 minutes, basically until you sort of touch them and they're totally soft. And then I'm just going to lightly just chop through it, just slightly, doesn't have to be overly chopped, okay. This aubergine dish is sort of I suppose, a dish of my own. The aubergine, this is classic, lots of people do it, and it's called Aubergine Caviar. But what I've adapted, there's a great Spanish restaurant up the road that a friend of mine's taken me to called Movida, up at Exmouth Market, and they do these deep-fried chickpeas, and they were absolutely stunning when I tried them. We were all sitting there going, how do they do them, over-analysing how they did them, and then realised they must sort of just deep-fried in oil and then roast them all in cumin. So that's exactly what I've sort of done. So I'm going to add that into there and just lightly cook it slowly.
So you obviously love travelling, you've worked abroad a lot. Would you ever think about moving abroad?
I'd love to be in a position to retire and move abroad, but I'm still so young. I think, you know, eventually it'd be lovely to have a house abroad, you know, purely for the weather. But I do like London, I love living where I live, and I think, you know, while all my family's here, I think I'd rather stay here. But there's definitely an argument for saying, oh my gosh, there's definitely an argument for having a second home somewhere, and especially somewhere that you love all the hot weather and you love the food. But then, on the other hand, if you don't have a second home, then you can travel everywhere and you see more stuff, okay? Just added a touch of olive oil and a pinch of cumin. Not too much, because we're going to be adding that already to the chickpeas. And then we're going to also add a few little peppers that are redone. Again, this is, you know, this is quick food. You don't want to be sitting there roasting peppers for days on end. You just want to be doing something that's very quick to do. And we're just going to add a little bit of roasted pepper at the end, just into it, just lightly chopped up. Because, you know, tapas is about quickness. It's about preparing something very simply and very easily. And again, a little mix here. My mum's a fantastic cook. All my aunts and my mother, they're all very, very good cooks. They've all been brought up to cook very well. Some, I think, are better at other things than others. My mum makes fabulous cakes. You know, she sort of did that old-fashioned cookery course where she learnt pastry properly, and she really makes amazing cakes, where her sister in Italy probably makes much better pasta dishes and stuff like that. But they all know how to really cook, and none of them would starve, and they've all passed on their knowledge to their kids. You know, not all of us like cooking. Some of us more than others, and obviously some of us are a little better at it than others, but it's all good. Right, so finish that with a touch of just fresh coriander. It just goes very well. It's quite Moroccan in lots of ways, this dish. You know, it has the spice of cumin, it has the spice of the coriander, and actually if you study a lot of Spanish cookery and even southern Italian cookery, you notice that there really is that sort of spice that you get from Moroccan food. So we're just going to leave that in the pan, turn the heat off, and then we're going to get on with deep frying our chickpeas. So again, for quickness, you know, if you really want to be, you know, absolutely unadulterated, you could cook your chickpeas for hours and hours, soak them overnight, but it's far quicker to drain them off, make sure they're really dry. These are tinned ones. Before you dip them in, just remove your basket and, you know, just about half in and then straight down like that. Really, really hot fryer. Make sure it's very, very hot, because what you want them to do is start their little skins to blister and they start to sort of crackle, sort of in a way like that, sort of snap, crackle and pop. And then what we have here is just a little bit of cumin. As you can see, they start to nicely drain. What you want them to do while they're hot is to roll in this sort of lovely cumin salt flavour, so they get that really spiciness. The reason you do it in 2 batches is because as soon as you put anything in, like hot water, hot oil, the temperature goes down. If you put too much in, it's going to go down too fine. You won't get that crispy, little caramelised flavour we're looking for. Okay, so we've rolled those in the cumin. We're going to put our aubergine peppers in there. I'm going to add these on top, just like so. Add a little bit more cumin powder. touch more salt. And tapas is that whole quick thing, you know, you want to make sure you're doing it very quickly because you want that flavour straight away. And it's fast food, fast cooking. And you see that when you go to Spain, you know, they sit you in a bar and it's boom, 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 you know, there's no waiting around. So these ones are nearly done. Nicely drained off again. Then again, nice little shake in the sort of salt and the cumin. And some of them, you know, we've got quite a few here, so we might just put a few in an extra little bowl there so you can have them without the aubergine. And they're a perfect little canopy dish, ideal for just picking at if you want something at the table. So my final tapas dish is aubergine caviar with peppers and coriander, finished with some deep fried chickpeas rolled in cumin. I'm going to serve those with the chorizo and red wine, also the prawns roasted with sherry vinegar and chilli. Fantastic meal, all on the table, everyone tucking in. Absolutely amazing dish to end with.